I don't
Ooh,
want to give too
Ariana.
much away, but it's beautiful, and it's not like it's so not all I want, but it's like makes me feel really happy. And then there's a moment at the end that is gonna be, I think, everybody's favorite. Like it's a song that goes from one place and travels to the next.
So
The
iconic.
song's already written. I wrote the song, right? It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. So, but it's also Christmas, but it's not like Merry Christmas to You Christmas. I don't know. And then it goes into this outro that's like its own magical moment. So it really would take, if really the truth is, it needs someone soulful to like do it justice, because right now it's me and Daniel just doing our little thing to it. But like, I mean, I don't know how to say it. I just love it. I think you guys are gonna love it. I hate like ramping up my own things, but I'm just like, I'm obsessed with it.
So let's talk about Fall in Love with Christmas. It's you, it's Khalid and Kirk Franklin. How'd you get that group together?
Well, first of all, I wanted to write a new Christmas song that was kind of like, it's different than All I Want for Christmas Is You, obviously. And I can never really compete with that, because that song just took on a life of its own. I wrote it a really long time ago, and I'm just going to be like, wow, it became a thing. But we started, Daniel Moore and myself started working on this song, Fall in Love with Christmas, was originally based on Greensleeves, which I had never heard anybody like sort of reinterpret into a modern, or modern, whatever you want to call it, Christmas song. So we started there, and then, kind of, what do you call it? We put it in order, put the song in order. I wrote the lyrics, we did the whole thing, we had it together. And then Kirk, it was just me and Daniel, who's my musical director, and he had just finished doing the Stellar Awards and, doing musical directing the Stellar Awards and, gospel music, and he's just amazing. And so, we just had some different ideas. I've loved Khalid since American Teen, his first album, and I loved Location, and, we met when he first started, and I was like, I really love your music, etc. And anyway, after we finished the basic part of the song and recorded it, Kirk came to Atlanta, where we have the Butterfly Lounge. We're in the Butterfly Lounge, LA right now. If you can see behind me, that little pink neon sign. And so kind of like during the second half of COVID, this Butterfly Lounge concept came to fruition. Anyway, different artists have been coming through, et cetera, et cetera. And Kirk had just worked with Daniel, and he was like, yeah, let's try and do something. So Kirk came and listened to the song as we had it, the beautiful, I call it a Christmas love song. That's why I called it Fall in Love with Christmas. And he listened to it and he vibed with it. And he started playing some stuff on the piano in the Butterfly Lounge Atlanta. We went back and forth with some different lyrical ideas. And then he took it back to Houston and put his incredible group of singers, the choir on there, and sent it back, and, did the outro, and there it is. And it's just like, it's a long thing if you want to listen to the whole song. That's why there's different edits, but I love it. I love that it goes from the simplicity and just the organic nature of like a Greensleeves inspired love song to this major moment that takes you to church. Started writing the song Fall in Love at Christmas probably like late summer. And I was in Atlanta working with Daniel Moore, who, was my musical director on tour. And we've written songs together before. We wrote Portrait for the Caution album together. And, he's just Mixed Dish. We worked on that together, theme song. And so we were just, coming up with ideas. And it ended up being Fall in Love at Christmas. And I wanted it to feel nostalgic, feel like a love song, feel classic. People have given the My All comparison. I agree with that, but it's not a ripoff of My All. Like it's the melody's totally different. The whole thing is totally different, but I like the vibe of it. So for me, it's a love song that has that same kind of like sensual kind of feel as a My All or an I Only Wanted or something in that world. After Tonight, whatever. I'm just saying, like those songs. And then for me, it's a total, but it's different because it was very genuine when we worked on it. And then when after Daniel went to do the Stellar Awards for all the gospel artists in the land, he happened to run into Kirk, and also my publisher, um, Evan Lambert, was like, it was weird. It was like simultaneous text, like, do you want to work with Kirk Franklin? I'm like, duh, obviously, yes. So he came to Atlanta and we worked on, he listened to the song, we worked on the outro together. Brought one of my favorite singers from one of my favorite groups called Men of Standard. And it's a song called Yet Will I Trust in Him. And he brought the lead singer of Men of Standard with him. And it just like blew my mind because I legit, like, there was a time that that song, Yet Will I Trust in Him, saved my life. So anyway, Kirk and I, and then we worked on that section of the song. Kirk went to back to Houston, put the choir on there, sent it back. I added my additional choir stuff, which is like me doing my octaves and things and da 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 da. And then, like, you know, listening to Khalid's voice, just blending with mine and doing the outro, and, you know, all the singers and in the choir, it just made me feel really like celebratory in a different way, in more of a spiritual way than just a festive Christmas song, which I live for. Don't get me wrong. I am all about complete and total festivities during Christmas. I really am. But this is something that I've done before, but never necessarily hadn't necessarily released this type of song. And I think it's different than like even a Born on This Day, or you know, there's so many, One Child. It's different because those were, yes, they had like gospelish, you know, oh Jesus, oh what a wonderful child. They have those influences, but this takes you on a journey, and that's what I love about it.
Hold on, and Brian helped you direct it.
Yes, he did. Brian Tanaka. I call him Tanaka, but yeah, he did.
Tanaka helped you direct it.
Yes, and Bill Boatman, king of lighting and king of all many things. And you know, Kirk is a gospel legend, and he's humble about it. You know, I know we wouldn't say humble with him because when we really know him, he's festive, he's fun, he's amazing. We had the best time. But I love the video because there's a certain shot of him where the snow's coming down, and it's just Kirk like saying like more than ever, we need to, you know, we need to give love away. Like he's really giving you a message at that point.
That lyric at the end that Kirk says, you know, more than ever before, love's to be something we do, not something we say. This holiday, let's give love away.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
It gave me chills when I first heard it, and I was just so excited that we have this moment to perform it together. The single is out. You know, sometimes these collaborations happen and they're cool for the moment, but sometimes they're like meant to be, and I really love the journey the song takes you on from love song to spirituality and world. It's a thing where it's more than just like decorations and superficial stuff. It, for me, like some of the best moments, and I actually wrote about that in Fall in Love at Christmas. There's a line that goes, and the candles glow, I'm awake but no one knows, which is me, like in my most private moment, just watching, like, you know, sitting in the house looking at the decorations. It's snowing outside, I'm by myself, everybody else is asleep, and I get to take in like, what has this year been for me? How do I feel about it? How blessed do I feel to be able to do this at Christmas? Because I grew up with nothing. I didn't have all this stuff. So let's fall in love again at Christmas. Like so it starts with, you know, the days are cold here amidst the drifts of snow, just a metaphor of us so many Christmases ago. We had a love so deep, just like the joy the season brings. So let's fall in love again this Christmas time, right? Basically, you're talking about maybe a relationship that's not what it used to be, and you want to fall in love again with that person at Christmas, because Christmas is the best time of year, in my opinion, and having that best time of year and then falling in love is like a whole entire experience.